him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Smack 'em a gob, it's time for the only news that matters. And Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne, along with their children Jack and Kelly, have released the 6th episode of their crappy podcast. Among the topics covered in the episode is the story of the Motley Crue biopic, The Dirt, about Ozzy Osbourne allegedly snorting a line of ants. In The Dirt, which premiered in 2019 on Netflix, a young Ozzy Osbourne, played by Tony Cavallero, holds an impromptu gross-out contest with Motley Crue's bassist Nikki Sixx at a Lakeland, Florida hotel swimming pool in 1984 during the Two Joints U.S. tour. After exposing himself to some hotel guests, Ozzy asks for cocaine. Sixx hands over a straw and Ozzy kneels on the ground and snorts a crawling line of ants. And then he urinates on the ground and licks it up, challenging Nikki to do the same thing. Pressured Sixx urinated on the ground as well, but before he can get to it, Ozzy kneeled down and lapped it up first. Asked by Jack if it's true that Ozzy snorted a line of ants, Sharon said, "I was not there, thank God. I used to try to stay away from Motley Crue when they were with Ozzy. And I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I know is that I think it made their movie. And I want to know why. Now we're on the subject as why when they advertise their movie on Netflix, it's a picture of a guy imitating Ozzy. Why isn't the ad campaigning a picture of Motley Crue? Why is it a picture of your father?" And Jack said, "Well, I don't know. I know the answer. It could be that Ozzy Osbourne's bigger than Motley Crue." And Ozzy was like, no, stop. Let's move on. And Sharon continued, "The thing is, I just think it's an invasion." She then went on to call Sixx an asshole. After Ozzy said, "No, he's not," Sharon countered that with, "Yes, he effing is." Pressed by Jack if Ozzy did in fact snort a line of ants, Sharon said, "I say no." But Ozzy claimed otherwise. Yes, I did," he said. "I was there. I did it. In my nostril. I was drunk and I did it." Back in 2019, guitarist Jakey Lee, who played guitar in Ozzy's band during that tour, said he was there and he never saw ants. "I was right there. He snorted a little spider. There was not a trail of ants there. Tommy said it. Nikki says it. Ozzy says it. They were messed up. I was not. I was trying to get a suntan. That's all I was doing. And they were getting really, really messed up. Ozzy snorted a little spider and it crawled across the floor and he snorted it. There was no ants. I don't care what the other guy says. There were no ants." As for the urine portion of the story, Jake said, "Oh, that was true. It started with a contest. It was Nikki and it was Ozzy, and I think it started in the pool, and they were in the swimming pool, and they kind of raced, and of course Ozzy lost, and they had a push-up contest. Of course Ozzy lost. Ozzy was getting tired of losing, and he stepped it up. I don't remember at what point Ozzy's sitting there. He got this weird look on his face. He was sitting on the concrete and piss started flowing out underneath him. And he was obviously doing a lot of vitamins because the urine was like lime green. So Nikki Sixx, I remember, pissed on the girl he was with. She was lounging. She was not happy about it. Ozzy pissed on the ground. Nikki saw that and he went and pissed on the ground as well. And that's when Ozzy bent over and started licking up his own green piss. And that's where I said, okay, I'm out of here. Not only is that happening, I'm sorry, I'm reading this and holding in the laughter, man. Let me get back on this. Not only is that happening, there's families on the other side of the pool. Children and mothers, fathers looking horrified. Like, what the fuck is going on there? Jake added that it was my recollection, and Ozzy snorted this little spider that was crawling across, and there was no ants. It's a minor detail. In Motley Crue's 2001 autobiography, The Dirt, Confessions of the World's Most Notorious Rock Band, Sixx recounted this episode in detail, writing, I handed Ozzy the straw, and he walked over to a crack in the sidewalk and bent over it. I saw a long column of ants marching to a little dugout built where the pavement met the dirt. And as I thought, no he wouldn't, he did. He put the straw in his nose, and with his bare ass peeking out from under the dress like a sliced honeydew, sent the entire line of ants tickling up his nose with a single monstrous snort. He stood up, reared back his head, and concluded with a powerful, righteous sniff that probably sent the last stray ants or two dripping down his throat. Then he hiked up the sundress, grabbed his dick, and pissed all over the pavement. Without even looking at his growing audience, everyone on the tour was watching him while this old woman and families on the pool deck were pretending not to. He bent down and gets to the dress soggy in the puddle and lapped it up. He didn't just flick it with his tongue. He took a half dozen long, lingering, thoroughly strokes like a cat. Then he stood up, eyes blazing and mouth wet and with urine, looked straight at me and said, do that, Sixx. Ozzy told the Pulse of the Radio a while back that what little he remembers of the 1984 tour with Motley Crue was pretty wild. In 1984, the tour was the craziest tour I think I've ever done in my life. I don't remember it, but I remember I used to wake up every morning or come around thinking, what the fuck went on last night? I mean, everybody kept asking me, hey Ozzy, did you really snort a line of ants? You know what? The answer to that is, I don't know, but it's very possible. When asked by Page Six if the story was true, Nikki reconfirmed it. Said, of course, we were a wild young band and we kind of took us under his wing, Ozzy's wing. When asked by Page Six if it's true, Nikki reconfirmed it, saying, of course, we were a wild young band and he kind of took us under his wing. We thought we can compete with that, but you can't with Ozzy. He won. All right. Yeah, we all heard the story of the ants, and I remember hearing Jakey Lee saying before that it was a spider. I do remember hearing that interview years ago. Now, the thing is that Ozzy's here pretending like, first he's pretending, yes, I did it. And now he's talking about, oh, people were asking me on the tour if I did it. But I remember it was a VH1 special or something where, you know, Ozzy, Motley Crue's talking about the ants, and then they shoot it to Ozzy. And Ozzy's like, what? Snorting ants? I don't remember that. So Ozzy kind of like, he don't remember it. That's the real Ozzy there, saying that years ago when he first heard the story about the ants. But then later on in life, you know, since this ant story took off, he's like, yeah, I did. Yep, I did. Now he's saying he did like he remembered it. No, and Nikki Sixx does not have a great record of being honest. So I can't believe anything he says. Jakey Lee, I don't know. I never heard him say anything that was unhonest. He's a very honest dude. And Jakey Lee interviews are the best. He's awesome. I believe him. I believe it was a spider. And Sharon calling Nikki an asshole, well, that's true. But Sharon, you're queen asshole. And Nikki is king asshole. Anyway, thank you all for watching The Only News That Matters. I appreciate it, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell, and leave comments below, and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.